This is Another Man's Nostalgia with John.
The actor seemed like he was dying. I don't know if it was just because he was like super old.
I think he was actually dying.
Chris.
Here's my stuff, gentlemen. Monogamy is not real.
Gentleman Collis.
And Justin.
I wish I had bonding moments with people I knew,
But
I never have any of those.
The episode starts now.
how's it going, guys? Welcome to Another Man's Nostalgia, where we revisit everyone's favorite shows, movies, and games from the mid-90s to the mid-2000s. So, guys, we watched Rocket Power this week, but right before we get into Rocket Power, we're going to go over some nostalgia news. News!
Yeah.
So we got we got a lot of nostalgia news coming for you guys. Dora the Explorer got a live-action movie trailer. Did you guys see it?
I watched it.
All right, so full disclosure, I thought there were some pretty funny parts.
Okay.
Like
that
it's gonna
monkey
be
looks
terrible,
bad.
but that every time she like brought out something crazy out of her backpack, of course Dora brought a knife.
Oh, come on. It was,
Of course she got a rope. I thought that was pretty good.
Justin's gonna love it.
Other than that, it looks pretty
The monkey looks terrible.
basic.
Yeah.
pretty basic.
But Michael Pena's in it. I like Michael Pena.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
I think it's. Did you know who's going to be the voice of Boots, the monkey?
Yeah, it's what's his name? The
Danny
what's his name?
Trejo.
Yeah, that's right. Weird.
And who's Swiper? I can't remember. Somebody.
I don't know.
Benicio del Toro is Swiper.
Oh, that's a good. Oh yeah, that's right. That's a good pick.
So I think this might have
That's a
some
good
good, some good
You guys are-
ridiculousness opportunity.
Do you guys remember that like fake one that came out like 3 years ago?
It was a girl from Modern Family, right?
No.
Yeah, it's a girl from Modern Family. It was like really violent. It was like a gag. Like it'd be so funny if they made it live action, and now they have.
No, I haven't seen it. Okay,
My
so
prediction is that this might be kind of a sleeper funny movie, not because it's actually funny, because it's so ridiculous.
Could be.
I might see it when it comes out on video just for that.
Could be. What else you got, John?
Future episode?
Yeah.
okay, so Disney, this is a really big thing. Disney did something really big and bought out Fox.
Yeah.
2000, yeah. So
This is older news, but
It
got-
was
Well,
official
it,
this
it,
year.
it
Yeah.
finally became
Last
official.
Wednesday.
It finally became official, like a couple of days ago, right? So now
Last
they
Wednesday.
own. Now they own The Simpsons, Family Guy, X-Men, Planet of the Apes, Aliens, Predators, X-Files, Ice Age, Rio, Home Alone, Sound of Music, Miracle on what is it? 34th Street,
some street.
Titanic,
Yeah.
and Avatar. So that's a lot of nostalgia stuff that they own that they could. I don't
Do
know.
something with?
Yeah, they could do something with. They could probably do something with Home Alone. They could do something.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Obviously, the X-Men will probably be in the MCU. That would be a big deal.
Yeah.
I'm not excited.
They're gonna
I go
remake
back and forth
Titanic.
on
I
it.
just know it.
They totally should.
Titanic 2. The Titanic.
What if it didn't sink? It just shows like their lives. Really boring.
So Supernatural, this show came out around the same time that Smallville did, and it's on its 15th season. That's gonna be its last season. And I'm surprised it hasn't been canceled since then. I don't know if it just has like a really big following, and a lot of people just really like this show. But 15,
I never really got into it.
15
Is it pretty
seasons,
good?
that's a lot of seasons. I never
It
really.
was
Yeah.
pretty popular for a long
I watched
time.
the first. I watched the first maybe like season and a half, kind of,
Uh-huh.
and then I tried to get into it like a mid-season, and it was really confusing. I couldn't understand it.
Huh.
But yeah, that's gonna be ending in its last 15 seasons. It went on a lot more than
crazy.
Smallville did.
It did,
for
it
coming
did.
out
That's
at
an
the same
extra.
time, around the same time it did.
That's pretty crazy. Yeah.
And then lastly, Toy Story came out with.
Oh yeah.
It's Toy Story 4 came out with this trailer, and it's pretty good. I liked it. What did Justin say? Woody has to choose between some Bo Peep loving and his friends.
That's
Pretty
right.
much. You gonna tap Bo Peep or you gonna be with your friends? I think we
I
all
may or
know
may
what
not-
we would choose.
I may or may not have gotten a little emotional during it. There's something about it. I don't know what it is. I cry like a baby at all twists.
They said that they wouldn't make a fourth one if they didn't have a good story. They obviously, it looks like they have something good.
Yeah.
They treat
It'll be
this.
interesting for sure.
They treat this with more care than any other franchise.
Right. It's
So
kind of
I'm-
like their flagship.
I'm pretty excited.
Okay. Well, we'll see it.
Apparently, Tom
Anyway.
Hanks and Tim Allen almost or like bawling when they were doing their last lines.
Yeah, I heard that about Tim Allen too. Cool.
While he was doing lines of coke and
Is he still doing that?
Oh yeah.
probably. How do you get through whatever bullshit show he is on now?
Last Man Standing. It's pretty funny.
Is it?
It's basically like a new Home Improvement. It's just like all girls instead of boys, and he doesn't have a tool time show. He has like a blog, and he works at instead of working like a tool job, he works at like a manly hunting store. So pretty much Home Improvement, but it's pretty good.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
All right. Is that it, John?
Yeah, that's all that I got for some nostalgia news. You guys have anything?
All right. So can we talk real quick about how J.K. Rowling is screwing up Harry Potter? And,
She's
like,
been doing
just-
that for a while.
I heard something vaguely about this, but I don't know the full story. So what happened?
So every 2 or 3 months, she adds something to her little like slew of Twitter about like how this was actually this.
Is it
Like-
characteristics?
Right, and like one of the things was this was like the worst one I thought, but like someone asked why is there no Jewish wizards in the school, and she said there is. He's like a Ravenclaw. His name is Alex Goldstein, which is the most racist Jewish name ever. And then she's like keeps adding stuff, but it was like written in the '90s. Obviously, it's gonna be like it was just like she didn't make it like that, and then now she's trying to act like she does. So now she came out a long time ago. Dumbledore was gay, and that she had some kind of relationship with Grindelwald. Well, now she came out this week and said they had a relationship, and it was intensely sexual. And look, whether or not you care about that, even if you don't, even if you think that's a good idea, she needs to stop
Hold on.
touching it.
Intensely sexual.
I think that's
You
the
know.
word she used. Yeah, she just needs to stop talking. And then that whole Nagini being a snake thing that happened in Crimes Against Grindelwald.
Mm-hmm.
They asked her when she thought of that, and she said 20 years ago. No, you didn't. You did not think of that, or maybe it was like 10 years ago. She's
becoming George
She
Lucas.
just needs to chill
She is
out.
becoming George Lucas.
Chill
Yeah,
out.
yeah. I think everybody's on the same page on it, but it's ridiculous. So
At
I just wanted to bring it
least
up.
she did write in the book that there's a hint that he was gay.
yeah, and
With
that's
Grindelwald.
fine.
I don't care
Yeah.
about that. I care that she's going back and just basically retconning things. I don't
Right,
need
exactly.
to know they had an intensely sexual relationship.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I need to
I
know
don't
that.
even know
Nor
if
does it
I
matter.
need to know that.
Okay,
makes-
yeah,
it
exactly.
makes-
Well, go write your fan fiction because I'm sure there
It
was
makes
plenty
me look
of
at
it.
this movie the complete.
Everybody send John Harry
every
Potter
way.
fan fiction.
And I get what she's trying to. She wants gay people to feel involved, but she already wrote the books, and they're not in there. She's just making up stuff now. You know what I mean? Or maybe a Jewish person feels like they're ostracized, but it's not like they can read the books and find it.
I
She
would-
doesn't
I
mention
would be-
Alex
I
Goldstein
would
anywhere
be-
in the movie or in the books.
I would be okay with it if she said, "Hey, this is something that I'm. It's an idea that has been recent."
Yeah.
Like I would be okay with that because you're growing your universe. You have to add more things if you want to keep making money.
Exactly.
It-
Or write
if
write
you-
new
if you-
books
if
with
you
those
admit
characters.
that, hey, okay, so this came right here. I came up with this 2 years ago, but this is what's going on now. Yeah, I
She
don't feel
adds
like
stuff
you
through
should. I don't feel like you
Pottermore.
should lie and say, "Oh, well, I came out with that 20 years ago. I just didn't tell you about it."
Yeah, exactly. It's
She
just
does
been
that in
here.
Pottermore
been
in
in
a
my
great
head.
way.
Yeah. What?
In Pottermore, she does that. She'll write little short stories. Like
And
there was a
that's
story
great.
about Remus, or not Remus, Sirius and James.
Mm-hmm.
Like about how they almost got caught by the police. Like little short
Yeah.
stories like that. She could even
That's
write,
fine.
if you wanted to expand Grindelwald's and Dumbledore's relationship, write a short story about, how I guess they were in bed together.
Or write a novel if you want. I don't care. Just do something. Don't like just say, oh
They
yeah, this
were
is what
in bed
happened.
Don't
together.
tweet it out.
All right, so Rocket Power. Rocket Power is the amazing show that we watched this week.
We are riders on a mission, action, kids in play position, rocket power! We are riders on a mission, action, kids in fun condition, prepare to count down, rocket power!
Did y'all watch this when you were little?
No.
I did. I thought it was a freaking awesome show when I was
Well, I hope you watched it. It's your
Yeah, it's
fucking
true,
show.
Yeah.
Unlike Celebrity Deathmatch, where you made us watch it because you heard it was funny.
Okay. Shut up.
I watched this off and on. It was never a show that I like sat down, but if it was like if I was bored and there was nothing else on, I would turn on. I think I'd seen most of these episodes from back then. A lot of it was pretty familiar, but
Never saw it. Wasn't interested. Looked a little weird.
Did you think it was cool when you were little?
yeah, I thought it was cool. Yeah,
This came out. It looks like '99 at the height of the Tony Hawk craze.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody
so
was playing Pro Skater.
Yeah, it came
Yeah.
out in August 2009, and it ended.
So I don't know why
a couple
people were
years
saying
later.
this couldn't happen when you're doing 200 feet and grinding all the way across the highway on Pro
True.
Skater.
That's a good point.
Come on, people would just want to relate to shows, and they're like, "Oh, this is
That's right.
unrealistic. This is
Yeah.
stupid."
yeah.
Is that what you
Okay,
guys?
cool.
Is that what you guys did? Because if you did, you're gonna break my heart. You're gonna
There's
literally
some unrealistic
snap my heart in
proportions
half.
in these shows' characters.
You get you get no points from me because of how unrealistic this show was. You have some fun facts for us, John?
I do. I need a fun facts name though.
Yeah.
These are fun facts of rocket power. Boom, 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 boom. There you go.
Hey, guess who did the theme song?
Who did the theme song? Oh, it was our favorite guy,
It's our favorite guy.
Mark Mothersbaugh. I saw it on the
Mothersbaugh.
credits.
Yeah.
yeah. he's kind
Hey,
of
guess why he wrote it?
why?
Because he was part of a surf rock band when he was younger. That's why
course he was.
That's why he decided.
What an
to
interesting
write it.
person. He's my favorite. Looks like Chucky. randomly did Thor and then cartoon TV shows. It's great.
Apparently played surf guitar.
Played their guitar. Yeah,
Yeah. So
that's funny.
okay, so it aired in August 1999 and it stopped airing in July 2004. It was made by these two animators that also made Rugrats and Real Monsters.
That's
Okay, I
not
figured.
surprising.
It looked a lot like the animation style looked a lot like Rugrats.
Yeah. So it was their fourth show that they made together. They were a couple. What were their names?
like a couple. Like
They were
Dating
married.
or-
They were married.
oh, that's cool.
Klasky and I don't even know how to say this name. It's CSUPO.
Supo.
Supo. They were. I guess they just didn't take their names, but they were a couple. They did get married right before. I think it was right after the first season. They actually did get a divorce, but they kept they kept the show going, and they also did Rugrats and they did Grown Ups when it came to the Rugrats too.
Oh, we have to watch it sometime. Rugrats all grown up.
Oh, it's great.
It was something.
We honestly haven't watched Rugrats like the actual show. We've
we
just
haven't.
watched
No.
the movie.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Here's a word from our sponsor.
Homebrewed Tree Service has been providing the DFW area with world-class tree care for many years. When it comes to tree service in the DFW area, you can trust them to provide quality work with low prices and friendly, fair customer service. Whether you have a tree that needs pruning or complete removal and haul-off service, you can count on them for a wide range of expert care. Go to hbtreeservices.com and sign up for a free estimate.
I got one. I got a pun.
Okay, go for the pun, Justin.
Get ready to turn over a new leaf in your driveway. No, sorry. Hold on.
In
We're
your
leaving that
pants. What?
Get ready to turn over a new leaf in your lawn.
Oh, I like the driveway better. It was funnier.
Damn it.
So, Justin, why don't you do like the main premise of the show, since you never watched this when you were little?
All right. So there's these three kids, and they like to do extreme sports.
Every extreme sport possible.
Everything. They play roller hockey. They go to the mountains. It's near where they are to play ice hockey.
But also
they-
near a beach.
They rollerblade. They surf.
That's
They-
what
they
California
skate-
is. California, you can do all that stuff over there.
They skateboard.
You can't ski in California. I
Yes, you
think,
can.
Oh, okay.
They do all
Apparently
kinds of
you've just
crazy
never
stuff.
been there, okay.
And then this squid comes around. What's his name? Sammy.
Sammy. Yep.
He's from the Midwest and he's boring, but he's really fat, so he's good at playing goalie.
That's right.
And they
He's
go
really
on.
fat.
That's what I got
He's supposed
from it.
He's supposed to be a little chunky. Yeah.
So
well,
they go
he's
on-
also is naturally good at
Computers.
goaling because he like blocks that one with his palm. It's pretty awesome.
Then he
But yeah.
goes on.
Sam's one of my
They go on
favorite
many
characters.
adventures,
Yeah.
lots of
Uh-huh.
hijinks, learned
Lots of
lessons,
hijinks happen. Yeah, lots of learned lessons. It's great.
and it's really really exciting.
Yeah. Okay. So
Not predictable at all.
I think a plot that you have to mention, because I'm sure we're going to get into it a little bit later, is that his dad owns a restaurant with his friend Tito. And
Tito,
he-
he has great
yeah.
advice all the time, doesn't he, guys?
He does, and he also does all those surfing and stuff, and so it's pretty interesting.
So when it came to the show,
Yeah.
it was a very kind of like adult type of show. Like it had some adult kind of concepts to it. At least in my opinion, it did. It was
Did it?
more. I felt like it had more when it came to the adult, like I don't know, morals. It was realistic and it was a lot. It was relatable when it came to adults and when it came to teens.
I wouldn't say
I
it
didn't
was
feel
more.
like- Well, I was gonna say I didn't feel like the kids could really relate to it because I don't know. Did you experience some of those experiences when it came to you as a kid?
I think I would say that I think it was a little bit more mature than like the Rugrats and stuff, like
Yes.
the lessons
Yes, it
and
was.
stuff and everything.
I
But
would call it more adult.
I think it's harder to do tough lessons when you have 15-minute episodes because like they have to like there's a couple of ones where it's like the problem has to come so fast and it has to get resolved so fast. It's hard to like have like a good fleshed out story. You know what I mean?
And
But I would say
so
I would say
okay.
it's
So
bad, though.
what about Hey Arnold? Did Hey Arnold flush out the characters in the show really well?
I think it's on par. I think on terms of morals, I think this is on par with Hey Arnold.
Oh, okay.
I would say.
So which one did you feel like it was more entertaining, Justin? Was it Hey Arnold? Or was it this one?
Hey Arnold.
Here we go.
Oh, come on!
I'd have to agree, but I like this one a lot actually. I like the characters a lot. I think they did a really good job with them.
A lot
Over
of people disagree. A lot of people kind of say that these characters are very bland when it comes to, I guess, Otto and Twister.
Twister.
I would.
Twister's annoying.
I would very much agree.
You think it's pretty bland?
Yes,
Okay.
because I kind of knew how everybody would react at the beginning and then at the end of the episode. There's
How-
a situation. Somebody is wrong or somebody does something. It's resolved really quickly. Oh yeah, we learned a lesson. Yay! At least in Hey Arnold, it was a little more subtle.
I mean, that's
more,
true. It was definitely more subtle in Hey Arnold. I would
This-
say though.
Between the starting of the second episode, I was just hit with, "Be good. This is how you be a good kid." It was so just ugh.
I think, but I don't know. To me, Hey Arnold, like you had Arnold, Gerald, the grandparents. They were like the funny. They were like the good ones, like the ones that you liked. I feel like everybody in this show is likable, except for Twister. I didn't like Twister, but I feel like everybody else in this show was pretty likable. He's just annoying. He's always like, he's just like the most like immature little brat kid, and he like picks on Sammy a lot, and he's not
his
really
little cousin.
His little Maurice's little cousin's pretty cute.
His little cousin who was so nice.
Yeah, he like left him.
Like he wasn't even annoying. Like when I
No.
saw that plot line, I was like, "Oh God, this kid's gonna be annoying." He was the nicest little kid.
yeah.
Like I would be like, I
his
would love to
personality
play
was
with
gonna-
you.
I thought his personality was gonna be like one of those ones that kind of like flip, like that
Yeah.
just goes crazy.
Yeah.
But
He was
no,
so
his
adorable and nice.
I completely
he was a
forgot
jerk.
about.
Twister was a jerk, but you had to have that kind of like antagonist type of character like within the group when it comes to just certain things.
The one I could,
That's what his dumbass big brother is for.
I like the idea of Otto. Oh yeah, his brother was terrible. But you know what I like about his brother is the gibberish kid. The kid who just like you don't really know what he's saying.
Your little brother's team is actually beating us! I can't believe it. We're bigger! We're older! I'm a superhero! Exactly!
There was that one episode, the same episode where they're junior lifeguards, and
Yeah.
Twister comes back, and the guy's like, "Why didn't you save that guy that mumbles?" And he's like, "I didn't understand him. I was trying to talk to him, I just didn't understand him." So I just left him out there.
You know what I hated about this show though was the stupid text on the screen whenever something happens. It was like
Slam!
Bammo. yeah.
Radical, amazing,
Yeah,
tubular,
it was really annoying.
cowabunga.
Cowabunga. It was really annoying.
I
did
love
y'all
saying
like it?
cowabunga.
Did y'all like that or no?
It didn't really bother me. I just remember at the time it just seemed really cool because I never really had a show that would do something like that.
Yeah.
No, that was just
Um,
me. Have you ever watched a show that would do something like that other than like a really old timey like Batman movie or Batman TV show?
No. Other than that, no.
When it comes to like some of the sayings, how did you guys feel about them? Because I know they were kind of dated.
Bus. That's my favorite one.
Shumi,
I like Shooby.
Shumi
Shooby was pretty funny.
Shuby was nice.
Shumi,
I can see
that's an
myself
actual
saying
saying.
that.
Shumi is an actual saying. They didn't make it
I
up
could
in
see
the
myself
show.
saying Shumi.
Really?
Yeah, so a lot of people that
Was it Shumi or was it Shubi?
Shumi, like
Shumi?
Yeah, so
I think I might add that to my vernacular.
In the show, they say it's tourists. That's why they call them that, because
Right.
the tourists wear shoes on the beach. But the
Uh-huh.
reason why people used to call them shumis is because that people on the beach used to bring their lunch boxes in shoe boxes. I don't know why. I don't know why that was a thing. But
Okay.
people used to bring their lunches in shoe boxes, and then people started calling them shumis. So
Gotcha. I'm kind of confused about the dad in this. So
I like the
a couple-
dad.
I like the dad a lot,
I like him a
but-
lot. Yeah.
I'm very confused about his occupation because it seems that he makes his own boards because he says you ride rocket boards, you don't ride the little sponsored boards.
What is it?
And then at one point he refers to the beach as Rocket Beach. Does he own the beach? I'm very
I think
confused.
metaphorically he does.
Okay.
Is my beach?
I think he metaphorically owns it because he's, the dude. He seems like
Yeah.
he's the dude around there.
He's probably the guy.
I
Who's
mean,
been
the
there
show's
for,
called
like, 30
Rocket
years.
Power, so they can really own anything in the
I
show.
mean, think about it. The
They're
cop
just- they're
girl
stars of the
in one of the
show.
episodes who brought him back
Yeah.
after their midnight thing, he was like, "Oh,
Officer
Pam,
Shirley.
yeah."
Officer Shirley. Him and Officer
Shirley?
Shirley had something.
Oh,
yeah, him and
they
Officer
hit it
Shirley had
off
something-
pretty well.
Bow chicka bow wow. So he
I guess
gets
it
around.
could-
Okay,
honestly.
hey, you gotta know they had sex. Like, it was,
At some point
At some
in the
point they
show. They should have like a little animation.
either that
of,
or
like,
it was
in the
like
morning.
some type of
Okay.
third base type of thing. Where,
Did I miss it where where the mom is? Did I miss that?
They never really said.
it never says where the mom is. You find out because Rocket Power. Of course, it was famous. A lot of people know about it. So it had 4 movies, and in one of the movies, one of the last movies that was made, they showed
Yeah.
the mom for the first time in like the
Did they,
whole entire
did they find
series.
out? They find out she was under a sleeping curse in a jungle, and they
No,
had to go.
no, that's not how the
Fuck
story went.
that.
That's not how the story went, but okay.
Okay, all right. How much weed do you think the dad smokes? I feel like there's no
I
way
think
he's
smokes-
not.
I don't think he smokes a lot. I think he's just kind of a surfer dude.
Maybe
So he
used
smokes
to.
weed.
That's probably why he thinks it's his beach. He's like, I smoked so much weed on that beach.
Dude.
It's
Him and
I
Tito
pretty
when
much
they were
bought
young.
it, you know.
Him and Tito when they were young, and all those little flashbacks they have with them when
I think
they were
they're
young.
I think they're cool. You don't think they're cool?
They're awesome. No, they're great. I love it.
They're
but
the
I
best
think
part of the show.
The flashbacks.
Him and Tito are like they
Him and
play
Tito.
really- they play really well off of each other. I like Tito. He just gives like these random advice you just don't really understand it. And you're just like, okay, cool.
Tito's my favorite character.
They're
of the
wholesome.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tito's my favorite. I love the episode when Tito misses Hawaii, and they show him like out on the board, and he's like rides the waves and crashes. While he's sitting on the board.
Okay. Just a little bit more fun facts. We were talking about Ocean Shores. Like that's kind of like the place that it was. It's modeled after Santa Monica when it comes to one of their amusement parks that they have there, and when it comes to like all the extreme sports that they have, it was modeled off of the writers' kids. The kids like got super into like Tony Hawk. They got super into surfing around this time, so she just kind of modeled it off of there because their business is from California, so it was just kind of easy to take some of the concepts from where they were from to kind of just put them in the show. So it's kind of an authentic type of atmosphere that they have. So hey, I watched this thing illegally.
What?
I didn't say anything.
I bought all the seasons.
I have the Blu-rays.
So I watched the show illegally, and so when it would play those clips where it came to like the word, so like spectacular and like all that stuff, it would flash. Did it keep like repeating the scene? Because in mine it did. It would just repeat It would just repeat the scene like 3 times. So I don't know if that was just someone's edit that they did. It was just to be funny. So when it came to the way that the show was created, was that the writers made like a deal with Nickelodeon to actually start putting some of their shows on Nickelodeon. Like when it came to Rugrats, when it came to this show, when it came to Real Monsters. So what they had to do is they had to come up. This is kind of hard. They had to come up with 10 new concepts each year. So 10 new shows or 10 new concepts each year, they had to pitch it to Nickelodeon, and Nickelodeon would just take the best out of those and to see if they want to like make a show out of it. That would be kind of hard. I would be stressing about that. Every single year, you had to come up with 10 new shows,
knowing that they're only going to pick 1 or 2. That would suck.
They might not even pick any. Like
Yeah.
you just,
And
I
they
feel like
probably
I would
didn't.
bullshit my way through 10 in about a week.
You think so?
I mean, they wouldn't be good, but...
Do it right now, Justin. Right now.
right now,
All right.
just come up with a concept. I really want to hear it.
So, we have a group of friends,
Okay.
and they all want to make video games.
It's been
So
done.
they make a video game company.
It's been done. You're not unique.
Okay? Doesn't matter. All I gotta do is pitch.
You're getting fired tomorrow.
So that's your one.
Next one, it's about a brother and sister duo. They get lost in the woods, and they find a secret fairy world.
Just leave it at that.
There's 2 right there.
That's the only information they gave was just a
I
very
got
vague
ideas, man.
sentence.
don't even say secret fairy word. Just say secret fairy, and just
One fairy.
end it there.
And they go on lots of adventures.
So they spend this whole year thinking of these 10 items, and they have like a 20-minute meeting where they say like 10 sentences and then just walk out.
Deuces, I'm out.
Yeah.
There's your
This one
10
was-
Okay,
bitches.
so one of these concepts was SpongeBob. So SpongeBob got
Nice.
taken and Rocket Power got taken, or pretty much at the same time, and they premiered at the same time.
See,
So
literally.
they were.
Okay, there's a sponge, and there's a starfish, and one of them cooks hamburgers. The other is an idiot.
You're doing this.
And there's
you're doing this show
maybe
justice.
a gay squid, maybe a gay octopus
You're doing.
on the other side.
Gay octopus.
A gay
Is there a gay
octopus.
octopus in it?
Squidward.
Squidward is not gay. What?
I said maybe. Okay,
could
he
be.
plays clarinet and he paints.
Oh, wow. I didn't think
Right?
about that.
You think he's gay?
That's really interesting.
No. No, there's no way.
Do y'all have any favorite episodes or favorite plots that y'all liked?
It wasn't really a plot, but I liked how they could get hurt in the show. Is that
Yeah, Otto gets hurt quite often.
Yeah, so like a lot of shows they don't have that. Like something stupid happens where like one person will flip over another, one person will go like 20 feet and they'll just land in like a dumpster.
Yeah.
Like nothing will happen to them.
One, it was cool that how at the end Otto broke his leg, and skiing, and they kept that for the next couple episodes. I thought that was actually pretty cool too.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like broke his leg in this episode. Next episode he's fine. They actually kept it going for a while. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, so the writers said you can do whatever you want to when it comes to extreme sports, but you have to include safety in some type of way. So like any sport that they do, they're doing safe movements, or unless they get hurt, or they're practicing safety, like when it comes to pads, and when it comes to, because every single time they play floor hockey, you see pads on them like all the time. So they said that you can do any sport that you want to, but you have to look up safety like protocols when it comes to that sport and animate it in that type of way. I just thought that was a really cool concept.
That is cool.
Bunch of wussies.
One thing I did not like about it was that, did y'all notice that I feel like there's a couple episodes, most of the episodes, once they resolve their problem, it just ends with them laughing for no reason. Like somebody says something that's not very funny, but it's just the four of them laughing.
So, like,
and then it just zooms out.
And pan out, yeah.
There's
Yeah.
there's some I guess episodes where it's kind of like an intense episode where it kind of has like a really good message and everyone's kind of
Intensely
quiet.
sexual?
It's not sexual.
Okay.
Not intense sexual.
Okay.
It's not one of those shows.
Okay.
It would be weird if it was though.
But you know what? I bet the creators at the time knew that Otto and Twister had an intense sexual relationship. Good. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
So anyway, they have to, but the writer said that you have to keep summer vibes like going. So like a real cool like summer type of feel to it. So if it didn't have that, they wouldn't air the episode at the end.
My favorite episodes, and I think it's the episodes that I remembered the most from when I was little, was the episode when Tito teaches Sammy how to surf on the longboard because he can't surf on regular boards because he's fat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how it was, right? And then also,
It's true.
they call him a bigger boy. And then also the episode when Otto tries to ride that wave during the hurricane. I like both those episodes.
That episode was crazy because you'd think Tito died. And like,
Yeah.
it's like, oh shit.
Yeah, they went there. But yeah, I thought both of those were pretty.
But
good.
it was a really kind of I don't remember this episode when I was a kid, but it was a really intense scene because you see the dad. So Tito and the dad try to go out and save Otto because he starts to ride waves in a hurricane, and that's just super dangerous. So you see Tito disappear, and then the dad looks back, and he has to choose between looking after Tito and saving his son. And he goes and saves his son. I was like, that would be crazy. Like, that's his best friend.
Yeah.
I feel like that's an easy choice, though.
I mean, it is, but you still feel emotion towards that decision.
Oh, yeah.
And you would for sure second guess it. You'd be like, you know what I mean? Like, you would stop and think for a second, I think. You'd be like, well, but you do it. Yeah.
Yeah, of
Maybe you
course.
wouldn't.
And I would be, and personally, I'd be pissed if y'all chose me over your kid or something.
Exactly.
I'd be like, are you stupid?
How dare you say me?
Fuck!
Bitch slap you.
So after I'm like sitting there crying about my kid, you're just like, you're an idiot.
I think I would really say that.
Good to know.
No, but you
you're
could feel the decision that he was like going on in his head. And that's
Yeah,
what
it was a
that's what the
decision.
show was trying to do. I think they did a
They
really good
did.
job.
They did a very good job with the relationship between the dad and the kids.
Yes.
A really good job.
The dad's my favorite character.
He was great.
You think
He
the
was
dad
really-
is? Tito's my favorite character.
Tito's my favorite.
It's almost a tie, but the dad's
they're
just
both
so
great.
like.
So-
The thing I hate about a lot of cartoons and shows, especially Disney Channel shows, Nick does this more now, but they don't make the dads or the parents really dumb.
No, I know, and now they do, and it's terrible.
And Disney used to always do that, and Nick didn't do that for a while.
They did a good job, the dads.
But
Yeah.
now they do. And
Yep.
I don't know why they do that because
because kids think their parents are dumb, and so they want to
it
cater
makes
to the
zero
kids.
sense to me.
They want to relate
Because-
to that feeling that the kids have.
But you're absolutely right. This is a better way to do it because this makes you like, I don't know. I love dad stuff. You guys
I
know
hate
this
going
about me.
back to this, but Boy Meets World,
Yep.
you know,
Jesus,
My show.
they could
really?
be
We're
funny.
talking, this is rocket power. We're not talking about.
We need to rank
boys
Dad
world.
someday.
They could be
Someday we'll-
funny and they could have misconceptions, but they're still
Yeah.
a parent. Hey,
Uh-huh.
Arnold, his grandpa, he could be funny, but he's a really good parent still.
Yep. This show. And yeah. And then you have dads like the ones in Luckily Irish, where it's just a creepy man.
Even that dad wasn't that bad. Like, they
No, he
made a
wasn't.
stupid decision to say it, but he wasn't dumb.
Yeah. It's changed. It's changed a lot now. It's not cool.
So when it came to some of the
good.
characters, like personality, we've been talking about just the characters that we like. So the four main characters, when it came to
Yeah.
a bunch of their equipments and their skateboards, they kind of resembled certain things when it came to their personalities. Some resembled it through colors, some resembled it through just kind of designs that they had. So like Otto, he had a rocket and he had like flames from hers because he's just like a super intense person.
Because he's cool.
And then
Yeah.
Flames are cool.
And then Twister had like really creative like stickers on his board, and then
'Cause he's a
I have no
dumbass.
And singers
I
are
don't
cool.
know why Reggie had the it's not an Illuminati eye, is it? Is that what it's called? The Illuminati, where it's like a pyramid and it's an eye.
It's the all-seeing eye on top of the pyramid. For
Yeah.
like the
Yeah, she had that.
They-
I don't know
they
why
tied
she
to
had
Illuminati.
that. Maybe she was just in conspiracies, or she was just a weird
Why?
person. I don't know.
Why do all these shows feel the need to make one of the characters just have a random color as their hair? Like, why is her hair blue? Like,
I don't know.
every show at this time did it. Rugrats did it. They had blue-haired people. Like, it was just like it's supposed to be like a glossy look that they just like. I don't know. It's very odd.
I think it's
Never
just
talked
like
about
a stylistic thing with the art.
I guess so. It's just weird. A good episode is Violet's Violets when they stomp on her violets and she goes to like suicide watch the neighbor. What do you think of the neighbors? I liked them. I liked Violet and her husband. The
They were
grumpy old
pretty
man.
funny, especially when they had
the
like,
guy was actually, so he's a veteran, like the guy that's like goes to anger management, that whatever his name is.
Yeah.
This Stimpletons.
Yeah, the Simmons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's actually voiced by a guy that resembles his characteristic really, really well. They said that.
He was actually that way.
Yeah.
Nice.
I thought that was just pretty funny.
One of my favorite lines from it was the dad, and they're talking about equipment and stuff, and he goes, well, all this stuff, and I wish they had helmets back then, too. And then they keep talking, and he goes, I wish they had helmets back then, too. Like the dad has some brain damage from shredding so much as a kid.
They did such a good job. I
did.
feel like when it came to the comedy of the show, and like
Yep.
you I know it's dated and there's a bunch of dated stuff in it, but you still laugh at it because it's nostalgia stuff that you understand. Like
It was
kids,
pretty funny. There was
kids
some funny
now
lines.
would not understand. Like if I watched this show now, when
Yeah,
I was a kid,
yeah.
I would not understand this show.
Like the line when Sam he's in the lifeguard thing, he's like, I can't be a lifeguard, I'm not buoyant. I was like, that's so funny. There's some really good lines in this.
Yeah. And like, would you understand that if you were a kid? The word
No,
buoyant?
I don't think I would. No.
No, but
No,
you
not when I
understand it
was
now
like-
because it was meant for teens and it was meant for like an adult audience. It wasn't
Yeah,
really meant for like a
exactly.
kid audience.
Yep. Justin, you seem to disagree, but looking by the look of your face.
I agree with you that there's some good lines,
Uh-huh.
but besides maybe the Dad and Tito, and then a few of the lines here and there, I didn't really laugh all that much.
Okay.
Certain people would disagree with you, but okay.
Did you fall asleep?
No, I didn't. I'll
Okay.
talk about it more later, but I definitely think there were some funny parts, but I'll talk about it at the end.
So this show had a bunch of extreme sports like athletes guest star in it when it came to voices.
Okay.
Shaun
That's
White
cool.
did it. Tony Hawk did
Oh.
it. Mark Hamill. And he's not an extreme sports athlete, but he
He's
actually
Jedi,
guest,
so
he
that's pretty
guest starred in
extreme.
it too. What?
Yeah. He's a
a
Jedi.
Jedi.
That's pretty extreme.
He's the
That's
Joker.
cool. Yeah, he's a Joker.
But
cool.
Tony Hawk was one of the only guest stars when it came to any of the show that actually had an episode that was purely
he
just
played
about
himself, right?
He didn't. I don't think he played himself. I think he just played
okay.
someone that was really like I guess
Sportsy?
extreme, yeah, like a sports enthusiastic or enthusiasm person. So,
A sports enthusiast.
enthusiast. That's the word I was looking for.
I won't be known as an enthusiast of anything. I'm not a motorboat enthusiast.
So, did you guys ever play any of the
Rich
video
Hedberg?
games that came out? There was a
No,
bunch.
I remember they came out though. Yeah.
So there was Zero Gravity. There was Getting There. There was Beach.
Wait, what was the game called?
Getting There.
What was that next one? Getting there?
Getting there.
Yep, Getting There. Beach
right, that sounds
Beach
fun.
Bandits, Dream Scheme, and Team
All right, I gotta look up
Rocket
some of these
and
games.
Team Rocket Rescue.
Team Rocket Rescue. Cool.
So
I do remember
I see here.
there was a really creepy, really glitchy Rugrats game I used to play.
Oh
a lot.
god, some of this is just.
Maybe you play at some time.
Oh, this is.
Pretty horrendous.
Are you looking up some of these games?
I'm looking up the graphics, and it's.
Okay, well,
Pretty
some
bad.
of it's for Game Boy. Some of it's for like Game Boy Advance
No,
and Game Boy Color and
this is
stuff
not
like
Game
that.
Boy one.
That might be the GameCube one that you're looking at.
This is a GameCube one.
Yeah, it's
Pretty bad.
it's kind of bad. Yeah.
The
Let's play
faces
it
are so
sometime.
static.
Let's play them sometime. All right.
When I was
Y'all-
when I
Guys,
was looking
Kingdom Hearts, the first world.
when I was looking up the fun facts, it was giving like all the games and stuff and just kind of general stuff about it. And they're like, if you didn't unlock all the stages on this game, you just got to punch in like these 15 numbers on there, and you'll get all the stages. I'm like, that's useless information. I'm never gonna play that game.
Oh, the PlayStation 1 game is even creepier.
I bet it is. That's probably the same quality of the Rugrats game that came out. It was
Oh
bad.
god.
It was like a Nintendo 64 game. It was real. It was
Justin, what are you looking at over there?
I'm looking at the game.
Oh God!
All right. Y'all want to wrap up? Do you have anything else you want to say?
It did win some awards. It won an Annie Award when it came to animation. This is a
Okay.
weird fun fact. It's so Nickelodeon didn't release a DVD of the season until 2014.
Oh, interesting. That's very interesting.
So all it did was release little bits of episodes when it came to like it would release like just like I guess Justin 13 episodes or something like that. It wouldn't ever
Right.
wouldn't ever release a full season. So they didn't start releasing full seasons of this until 2014. I was like that's really interesting. That's weird. Justin's mic got
He-
unplugged, but he was like leaning
might-
over like really far, and I thought he was about to tip over.
He's turned the cable over like 4 times trying to figure out which way it goes in.
Nope, not that way. Nope, it's not that way. Nope, not that way. Justin, it has to be one of those ways. It's 50-50.
Okay. I'm back in.
Last thing I wanted to say is they're trying to reboot this show, just like they're trying to reboot Rugrats. This is one of the
They
shows
should.
that they're trying to reboot.
They should. I'd watch more episodes of this.
Okay.
I have a question,
What?
though. Okay, so the animation. Do you have any fun facts about? I don't know if y'all watched the intro pretty closely, but the intro has some some animation of the characters that doesn't actually work.
It's
it looks
it's weird.
different.
It's weird.
Yeah, I'm guessing it was like a prototype of what they would look like, and then they
Like a
chose
pilot?
different-
Probably.
Yeah, like a pilot.
I
didn't know
have
there was
a
any-
fun fact about the pilot actually. The pilot, you can't find it anywhere. Like the actual pilot of the show.
Really?
Yes, so
probably
it's,
why. It's part of the animation.
They locked up the pilot in like some like Nickelodeon storage unit, and that's the only place that you can find the pilot when it comes to any copy of it.
Well, I know
That's
where we're
interesting.
going for our friend vacation this summer.
Where are we going?
I'm just
We're gonna go find the pilot.
where are we going? Where are we going? I'm
gonna
so
break
confused.
into the-
Everyone's favorite character was we didn't. I don't.
Tito.
I don't know if I had a real favorite episode. I guess the episode where they're junior lifeguards. That was a good episode.
I like
That's a
that
good one.
episode.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
Tito was definitely my favorite. That was Chris's favorite too. You
you
said
like the
the
dad?
dad was your favorite, Justin.
Yeah, but Tio's not far behind.
The dad was a very close second for
It's
me.
like
Yeah, he was my second too.
Here's the dad, and Reggie's like right there.
I always thought he was a cool dad. I always thought
it's
he
a
was
clear
just a real cool
it's a
dad.
cleer sign that we're getting old that we start liking the parents of,
yeah.
of these shows.
Yeah, if you ask us like when this show came out, we're like, oh, it's Otto.
Otto, for sure.
Otto. He's so cool.
He shreds so hard.
Squid's the
Yeah.
best out of the four, though.
Squid is the best out of the four. He's the most diverse out of them. Twister's the worst. Can you all agree Twister's the worst?
Twister is the
out of
worst.
everybody.
When we do the podcast, when we're like 90, we're going to be like, the best character is the Stimpleton. He's the best character in the show.
Those damn kids! Always fucking with my pool.
Exactly.
Final thoughts?
All right, I'm ready. I'll go first because I feel like Justin's going to shoot you down a little bit, John. But I like this a lot, actually. I really enjoyed rewatching this. I didn't think I was going to, but I really liked it. I'm going to give you a point. I think the
Sweet.
characters were solid. I think the plots were good enough for a 15-minute show. I really like the parent. I really like the dad and Tito. I think they made it. For just so y'all know for the future, if y'all are behind on points and you want a point for me, just have a good dad in the show, and I'll probably give you a point. So, anyways, I loved it. You get a point for me.
Sweet.
All right, go ahead, dude.
Uh,
Justin, your turn.
I'm not gonna destroy it. I enjoyed
Okay.
it. There were definitely some good episodes. I just thought it was really middle of the road. That what saved it was the dad and Tito, in my opinion, because I
Why
didn't really like the core four or the stories every episode that much. I thought it was really rushed. I felt like if you just went 30 minutes, it would have been better.
Yeah,
I get the 15-minute format, kids, thanks, short attention span.
attention span. Yeah.
But I didn't like how there was always a moral. It kind of
You
bothered
didn't
me.
like that aspect of it?
Yeah, because it kind of bothered me just because it was every episode, and it was all too rushed.
Sure.
But I did like it. It wasn't too terrible. I felt like whatever they tried to do wasn't cringy. It wasn't like there was no like terrible jokes. I just didn't like the jokes, all of them.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you half a point.
Okay.
Sweet.
It wasn't
cool
a
with
full
that.
point show for me because I just felt like there were things that were way too rushed. I didn't
Yeah.
like it being so soapboxy sometimes, but it was okay. I have a point.
And you didn't fall asleep, so there you go.
didn't fall
You
asleep.
didn't fall asleep.
So when it came to this show, I felt like some of the episodes were maybe just a little bit boring, but overall, I agree with Chris. It was good for the 15 minutes that they had. They did a really good job telling the story that they needed to tell. And I thought the characters, when it came to most of them, were pretty solid when it came to just kind of character building and just the personalities of them. You related to some of these characters when it came to personality. And I don't know if it's kind of weird because I thought the things that I thought that this show was when I was a kid is a lot different than the things that I think of as an adult.
I agree with that. Yeah.
I see this show in a completely different eye than I did because when I was a kid, I just saw it as this super really cool, unlame show that had all these really cool words to it, and it was just about skating. Like everyone liked skating at the time, and now you kind of see it as like, oh, it has some really good stories to it. It had a moral story to it. It had a really good dad. It had a really good when it came to just these specific characters. They wrote them really well. I guess it's just things that you look at when you're a kid and when you're an adult. It's just completely different.
That's a good point. I think this is the first show that I watched where the reason that I had a different view of it from when I was little was that it was I hated it now. This is like the first show that like I liked the show and my opinion of it changed. You know what I mean? Well, cool.
I'm glad you didn't hate it. I'm glad
Cool
you didn't hate
beans.
I liked it a lot. I was really surprised. I was surprised I liked it as much as I did. All right. So next week, John, it's your show again next week.
It's my movie.
Your movie.
It's my movie
Yeah.
next week. It's Catch Me If You Can. It was one of my favorite movies growing up. It's by Steven Spielberg, and Tom Hanks and Leonardo DiCaprio. They had also a really good cast when it came to a lot of the cast on there. We'll talk about that.
Leo
next
is one of
week.
my favorite actors.
But is he?
Oh, yeah.
Or he was, or he is.
he is.
Oh,
He's
is he?
greatness.
He's pretty good.
He's just sexy.
He's all right.
All right.
Oh, he's that, and he's just
He's
greatness.
a dreamboat.
Can we not? Do
Um,
you not agree that he's greatness?
Yeah. I know he's awesome.
Yeah, he's a good actor. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
He's not my favorite actor.
Ooh, I say he's great. Uh-oh.
Oh,
We're gonna fight.
no.
See you tomorrow.
Fighting words.
I
Speaking
actually
of
didn't watch
fighting
his-
words, we about to play a
Oh,
game where you
gosh.
guys fight.
Okay. All right.
So
Ugh, here we go.
we haven't played this in a while, and
Yeah.
we are. It's what do we call this? I forgot. It was character.
We can call it character fights or.
All right, so we don't have the hat today, but I have all the actions.
We forgot a
and,
hat. No one has a
yeah,
hat
we
anywhere.
forgot a hat today. Sorry.
Yeah.
So Justin and Chris, they have their characters picked out, and I have the actions picked out. So what they're
Okay.
gonna do is, because we don't have a hat, I have 8 actions that they can choose from. So they're going
Okay.
to pick their character, and they're gonna say number 4, and I'm gonna tell them what their action is. So then they have to discuss. They can go back and forth 2 times, and they have to discuss who's gonna win this fight. So if
If they actually fought each other.
yes, so
Not
like
like
if they
fair,
actually
yeah.
fight each other in real life,
Uh-huh.
would they actually win with this ability? And I'm gonna pick the setting, and then we'll get to it from there. So, do you guys have your first characters?
Justin, you go. Let me pull up mine.
All right, Justin,
All
who's
right.
your first character?
It is Bulma from the Dragon Ball movie.
So the live action Dragon Ball movie.
Yep.
So
Okay.
what's her name? Emma.
Well, no, it's just Bulma from the Dragon Ball movie.
Dragon. Okay, so Bulma from the Dragon Ball, the one that has the blue streak of hair, and
That's right.
she's a gun
Yeah.
expert.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm. All right, my choice. I don't know if I'm gonna win because it's gonna be kind of a toss-up. But I pick Superman, the best superhero ever from Smallville. Go ahead. What's our action?
All right, so
Okay, so
he's
here
picking,
setting.
He's picking
So okay.
totally teenage
okay,
boy.
so hey, so this Superman, he doesn't know how to fly, so he
Right.
can't fly.
He's totally a high schooler.
He's
all
he's
he
high
can do pretty
schooler.
much-
He's
all
obsessed
he can do
with
is-
Lana, so he's very
Okay.
hormonal. So
He has super strength, super speed, and he has X-ray. That's all he has.
Bulma has guns.
Bulma has guns. Go ahead.
okay, so here, pick a number.
7.
Chris.
4. Oh,
Chris,
okay.
pick a number.
4.
4. Your
Yeah.
hands are glued together.
Both of us. Okay.
So both your hands are glued together. All right, Justin, what's your number?
7.
7. You can't stop crying. Okay, fight.
All right, Superman wins, right? I mean, he's just gonna go over there and kick you.
Well, I mean, if he's crying,
I mean, she has
No,
guns.
you're crying. Bulma's crying.
She has guns. She can have kryptonite in her guns.
He's bulletproof.
I can
Well, close
use
to
I can use
bulletproof.
my feet.
That's true, but it's Superman, man. He's gonna kick you. He's gonna dig a hole in you.
I feel like this was unfair.
He's the one that picked
Superman
the
wasn't a
character.
good choice.
Okay, so
I win the first one.
so Chris wins that one.
All right, good. Second one.
All right, who's your second character, Justin?
I'll go first this time.
Okay.
First this time. The mailman from Jingle All the Way. I don't remember his name.
All right,
Oh,
Justin, go.
the guy that are you talking about the black guy?
Yeah, Sinbad. Whatever
Sinbad,
his name,
yeah.
whatever his show was.
All right,
Yeah.
Sinbad.
I choose the Joker from Batman the Animated Series.
All right, Joker from the
Ooh.
Batman the animated series. Okay, so you guys already picked 4, so we'll get rid of 4, and you guys picked 7. Okay, so what numbers you got?
Number 1.
Number 1. You can fight, but you can only face north.
Okay.
All
You can only
right.
face the direction of north. Okay.
So
Okay.
we're fighting sideways.
yes.
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
Chris, pick
I picked 2.
2. You are morbidly obese.
Okay.
I think the Joker wins here because he's got
All right, fight.
he's got all the tricks.
What tricks?
Sure.
Do you have an acid on? Do you have acid flower lapels?
Okay, but you're facing
But
north.
you're
All you gotta
facing-
do is go
I was
east,
about
west,
to say,
and
how are you
south.
gonna aim that? He just.
You can turn it.
Chris just has to stand south.
You go east, west, and south. Yeah, stand behind you. What are you gonna do?
Well, if I get behind you, the Joker is nimble.
I can just move around. Oh, I see. You can just move backwards and stuff. I see.
Yeah.
So it's just gonna be a race. Like we're just gonna keep moving.
But you're
backwards.
morbidly obese. I don't know how far you're gonna
Oh,
run.
that's true.
I think I
That's a good
win
point. Yeah, I think you win. you would outlast me where I couldn't move, and then you just flowers.
Because I'm a
gas me.
cartoon, so I can't technically die.
He doesn't have stamina. He's a cartoon.
All right.
All right.
I'll give it to you.
Okay.
You win this one.
All right, we'll do one more.
Oh, it was
This'll
given
be,
to
This will
me.
be it. This will be it. Okay.
All right.
So who's your character?
Go ahead, Justin.
I
You go first on
choose the Green Ranger.
Okay, Green
this one. Dang
Ranger.
it. Well, I'm gonna lose.
I picked Reginald Fairfield from Boy Meets World.
Okay. All right, Chris.
Yeah. Number.
Pick your number.
I
Okay.
choose number 5 for my power.
Number 5. All right. You haven't slept in about a week.
Okay. All right, I picked
All right,
8.
well this
All
is
right,
easy.
Chris, what was yours?
8.
8?
Yeah.
You can make endless clones of yourself, but each clone shrinks half its size.
Oh God. Okay. All right.
All right, I call upon the Dragon Zord, and I stomp on you.
How can he call it?
Reginald Fairfield.
You haven't slept in a week. How do you know that you can get through that song?
That's true.
It's just do 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 do.
It could
Reginald
be duh.
I don't even have to blow through the thing. You just press buttons.
Reginald
Have you ever
Fairfield.
tried to sleep, not sleep for a week? It's pretty much almost impossible.
Alan
Yeah, how you
Matthews.
gonna
I got
beat
it.
my
I got
armor?
it. Alan Matthews makes a comment that he has an AK-47 in his cabinet, and Reginald takes that to mean that that's his, and he's giving it to him. So he grabs the AK-47 and shoots you.
I have a Power
And he
Ranger.
can't dodge it because he can't really
Bullets
move.
don't hurt Power Rangers.
Our Power Ranger's bulletproof.
It has to be Ranger. It has to be lasers.
Are they?
Lasers, no. Hey, I was about to say, he can do whatever he wants to.
Is there any proof that
This is
Power
a
Rangers
fight.
are bulletproof?
It has to be.
Why?
There's no way it's not bulletproof.
All right,
talking
judgment
about-
call, judgment call. Power Rangers are not bulletproof.
Yeah. So before that even
Okay,
happens,
but I
he
still
hits
call the Dragon Zord and stomp you.
it. Okay, well, we both die then, and it's a tie.
No, that's not how this works.
While you're playing the,
I don't know if Justin could call the Dragon Lord
Before
or
I pulled
Dragon
out a
Zord.
gun
I don't know
and
if he
shot
could
you.
call
Okay,
it.
but if I make infinite copies of myself, at some point I'm gonna be able to call it.
No, you
That's
can't.
not you.
Only
Chris
I do
is the
that.
one that can make infinite copies of himself.
I
Oh,
thought
you-
we both
it's
got
like,
the powers.
No,
but
that's
it's
all
like
you can do.
midgets.
As you're using
He can make midget copies. of
as you're
himself.
using your flute, I'm making copies of myself, and they're crawling all over you and just killing you. I win.
No,
Let it be known here that Reginald Fairfield is more powerful than a Green Power Ranger.
that's BS. I
John,
call
it's your call.
shenanigans.
John, it's your
I was
call.
about to say, Chris could do the whole Ant-Man thing
That's right.
and just.
John, it's your call.
kill you.
You pick.
I call shenanigans.
All right, I don't know if Justin could get through a full song when it came to.
It's like 6 notes.
Okay, but then could you tell the Zord?
Zord?
Could you tell the Zord what to do?
You don't have
Or-
to. It does it on its own.
Oh yeah.
I'm just
There's
saying,
no
man.
pilot.
I'm just saying. I
Which
can make-
copy is it gonna kill?
That's true.
All of them. It's got a big ass foot.
We don't know how. Okay. Okay, Justin wins that one.
That's
Fine.
right.
Fine. All right. We'll call
That's
it there.
right. Don't try bullshit.
You win the
me.
whole thing. Fine.
John, where can you find us?
You can find us on social media at Another Man's Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Please give us a follow. If you wanna go check out those, we have clips of our show and just pictures. Please go give us a follow. We put out dank memes, clips of
Dank
our
memes?
show, and clips of our show. You can message us on at our email by
For more dank memes?
You can message us at our email at anothermanspod@gmail.com. You can also go check out some of our old episodes. We have a lot of old episodes are just kind of out right now. We never really go in a specific order, so you don't have to really follow us. You can just listen to like 3 weeks ago. You can listen to us today, and it won't really make a big difference. The episode that we are kind of recommending today would be Red Rest of Movie. I'm pretty sure that's in our first season.
It is.
It would be episode 4?
No, I think
I
it was
believe-
like 10 or 11. Here, I have it. Let me look. It was episode 9.
Episode 9.
If you want to find out who the guest performance was for Reptar's voice, you should go check that out because that's pretty interesting.
All right, so we also have a Patreon that you could give to. If you give $2 to our Patreon, we will give you, when it comes to some of the video games that we do, we give you an unedited video of our video games. Sometimes it's pretty funny, sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's kind of bad. But you can also, if you give us $2, we'll take any suggestion that you have when it comes to a show within the 90s and 2000s, and it's just kind of like we'll take your suggestion definitely. We'll definitely do your show, even if none of us have watched it, and we'll give you some good content as well.
Yep.
You can also listen to us anywhere that you have a podcast, or you can listen to podcasts when it comes to just apps. Google Play, Apple Music, or Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, Castbox, Stitcher. Those are just a few of them. But you can find us anywhere there. If you would like to go rate us, please go rate us on Apple Podcasts, and go rate us on like Spotify and Podbean as well.
All right. Well, cool. Well, we will see you next week with Catch Me If You Can. I'm pretty excited about it.
Peace.